Live on the Galaxy Man Show. Welcome to the Galaxy Man Show. I am here with, I'll let you introduce yourself and explain a bit about what you do as a person, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Maxine Edmonds. I'm originally from California and I'm a singer-songwriter. I go to Berklee College of Music, which is in Boston, Massachusetts. And there I'm majoring in songwriting and I'm minoring in music production and recording.
So we'll dive right into the questions now, Maxine.
Yeah.
So my very first question. So you've created incredible original songs, and for the first song I'm going to name is No Limits. What was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create No Limits, and what's the whole meaning behind No Limits?
Yeah, so No Limits, I actually wrote about 3.5 years ago. I was a junior in high school, and I decided to take this class called music production, which I'd never really done. I'd kind of sort of done like garage band, just like vocals and recording piano, but never much like other side of the production. And collaboration was a big thing in that class. And so I met my friend Holden, and he's an amazing guitar player. And he came up to me one day during class and he's like, "What do you think of this guitar riff?" And I was like, "I love that." So we sat outside and he kept playing it over and over. And then we kind of like molded the form of the song, like the verse, and then we have pre-chorus and then chorus and then verse, pre-chorus, chorus. And basically I write about like how I'm feeling. Everything that I say like just comes from like myself and my experiences. And so I think that earlier that week, someone had doubt in me and told me like you'll never like succeed in all your dreams and do anything like that. And I had a lot of doubt in myself during high school. I didn't really think I could do anything. Um and I didn't think I like had talent or anything. Um so this song was like basically me saying like there's no limits to hold me back. Like I don't care like what you say about me. I know that I actually can do this, and if I set my mind to it, like I can keep going further and further. So that's the lyrics are like um burning through the sky and like basically yeah, like there's nothing in my way to stop me.
All right, next question. So you've actually created a song called Daisy Chains. Such another incredible song, by the way. What was it like creating Daisy Chains, and what's the whole meaning behind this one?
Yeah, so Daisy Chain I wrote um in 2021 in February, and I was dating someone at the point, and I originally wasn't gonna like do anything for Valentine's Day. I couldn't think of a like present because we celebrate like every month basically on our monthly anniversary. So I'd already given like multiple presents, and I was like, I can't think of anything for this one. So I went on a run, and I do cross country running, and I saw a field of daisies, and basically, I texted him and I was like, "Have you ever made a daisy chain?" And he was like, "I don't know what a daisy chain is." And that's when I realized that a daisy chain is a British thing, I believe. Both of my parents are from England, and so I consider myself, I'm like half British. I also have British citizenship. So my mom taught me how to make a daisy chain when I was younger, and I can show you what it looks like. It's basically I have one in a frame. It's basically when you take a daisy and you like make a hole in it with your nail and then stick another daisy in, and then you just keep going. And usually, what's fun is to like make like a crown or like a bracelet or something. But anyway, while I was on this run, I was like, I want to teach him how to make a daisy chain. So then I sat down at the piano when I got back from that run and just let all the like phrases that come up during like our relationship and like what I feel towards him, and I wanted to like express that in a song. So that's how Daisy Chain came about, and then I played it for him on Valentine's Day. And since then, it's gone through like a lot of revisions with some help from my Berkeley friends and everything. Yeah, that's it.
On to our very next question for you, Mackenzie. So you've actually created an original song called Favorite Daydream. What was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create Favorite Daydream? And what's the whole meaning behind Favorite Daydream?
Okay, so favorite daydream, I started during my first month at college at Berkeley, and right then I was doing long distance in this relationship, and I was basically like daydreaming about them like all the time, because like I missed him. Um, and so I sat down with my guitar and I started writing this song. And I was like, he's like my favorite person to like think about whenever I'm just like in class, basically. And then I took the song to my friend, and I played him the chorus, and he just fell in love with it. So he's like, but we have to make this way more upbeat because I actually wrote the song kind of depressing because during that first month, uh, me and my ex-boyfriend broke up. So I instead of like making it upbeat, it sort of had turned sad. But my producer who took over this song, we made it like really upbeat and turned this into like a happy feeling of like someone thinking of their crush and like just like daydreaming about them all the time and like yeah.
So, the very next question. So, what made you decide as a person and especially as an artist to get into the whole music process in the first place?
Um, so I got into music when I was 6 years old, I believe. My mom started me on piano lessons with a teacher down the street. And then my sister started doing musicals, like musical theater, and I was like, I want to do that. So then I started taking voice lessons as well as piano, and then I've been doing musical theater since I was 7, and I actually thought that I was going to pursue musical theater. I'm like classically voice trained and musical theater voice trained. I also did choir because of like my interest in singing, basically, and then about my first year of college, I actually attended San Diego State University where I was studying musical theater. And I decided that I didn't want to sing other people's songs anymore. I wanted to sing my own songs. And I had been writing ever since I was in first grade. Not like the greatest songs, but I'd still been like writing because I've been playing piano and everything. Um, and so yeah, that's how I just wanted to start pursuing like writing my own music and continue singing.
So, what does like performing music mean to you? Like, especially as an artist, like, yeah, what does performing music mean to?
But performing music, it means a lot to me. I'd say I've been in a lot of shows performing, but not my own music. And when I perform my own music, it's a completely different experience. Like I don't really get too nervous. The only thing I'm ever nervous about is like messing up lyrics, but if it's my own song, I can just make up lyrics on the spot, basically. But every performance is different because it is live, and I think that's what's so special about it because you never know what's gonna happen. I think the interaction with the audience is really special. I had a performance, a gig with my band last month, and we started singing a song, um, and everyone just turned on their flashlights on their phone and started waving them, and a couple people were dancing, and that was like the most magical moment that like I'll never forget.
So, if you could go like take your music anywhere, like any country, any place, where would you want to take your music to, and why? Like any country.
Yeah, I mean, I think because of my British background, I would really want to take it to England. I've traveled there a lot with my family, but never really done music over there or explored like the music culture. But basically, like Europe, I love being in Europe. So just exploring that. And I am actually going to Spain on the study abroad, and so I'm really excited to like see how like that culture influences my music as well as like being able to share with them like my music.
Also, very next question. So if you could work with any top three music artists in the music industry, who would you want to work with and why?
So my influences are heavily from Queen, the British rock band. And so, I mean, if like Freddie Mercury was still alive, I would love to work with him. I think his voice is incredible, the way that he would just come up with this with music on the spot and like just be completely himself on stage. I would love to learn from him and just work with him. Um, Another artist would be Jacob Collier. He uses a lot of harmonies and a lot of vocal stuff, and that's like really big with me because of my choral background. I love harmonies. I'd say that's one of the biggest things in my music. I just like stack layers and layers of them. So it'd be really interesting to work with him and see how he comes up with these ideas. Another artist would be I love Ariana Grande. Her voice is incredible. She's also like really big on harmonies. And I love how she mixes like the R&B and pop, and that's kind of me. I'm kind of like I love to steal from like a lot of different genres.
So also, very next. So what would be your like all-time top like cover songs to perform and why?
My number one cover song that I usually do is Still Into You by Paramore. Um, a lot of people just know this song and they always get excited when I announce it or when I start singing. It's also a great song to just dance to and like get everyone involved. Um, I also I love taking electric songs, ones like sort of EDM-ish or just like electric pop, such as Friends by Anne Marie and Marshmello, um, and making them sort of acoustic, like with my band or with just my guitar or something. And another song would be Don't Know Why by Nora Jones. It's always fun to throw a little jazz in there, and the pianist in my band is a jazz pianist, and so I let him solo on it, and it's just really fun to sing something like with my voice that is like more of the pop style, but sing like a jazz, like more jazz song.
Very next question. So if you could like give any advice to any upcoming like artists like yourself, what advice would you give them and why?
I would say my advice is pretty simple. It's just never give up. And if you have a dream, like go for it full on. Don't have like a plan B or anything. Just like if there's something that you love to do, whether it's production or playing your instrument or writing, just like keep doing it over and over. And when you get inspiration, just go for it and don't let anything hold you back. I also think putting yourself out there is really important. Um, I didn't really start posting videos until I posted in high school a little, but college I really started posting, and it's like built my confidence. I've had like hate comments, of course, but I like push that aside and I don't really mind because I know that what I am making is something that I truly love, and that's what matters to me.
So on to that, like what are like the positive and negatives into the whole creating your own music side of things in the industry? And how do you get through those like negative moments as an artist?
Yeah, I'll start with the negatives. So I think a lot of people will tell you what they think of your music and what they think that you should do. And sometimes it really hits me, and I feel hurt or confused because it's not what I want to be doing. And that's when I have to remind myself to basically just keep creating the music that I want to, because that's like why I'm there at Berklee College of Music. That's like why I am living in this life, so that I can do what makes me happy, not what even though something may be mainstream, like I'd rather create something that I want to show the world, because that's the music that's within me. I think more negatives would be that you are going to receive a lot of no's, whether you apply to competitions such as the Tiny Desk YouTube series. Um, Also, like America's Got Talent or anything, or just like people that you may want to work with that don't want to work with you. And you just have to accept that and move on, and keep making connections and working on your craft. I think the positives are that if you really do love music, like you can work on it 24/7. Well, sort of. You kind of have to work on the business side of it too. But yeah, you can just keep growing every time that you work on it, and there can be really high rewards that come out of it, such as if you get signed by a record label, or if you make more connections.
Also, a very last question. So, like, what's like next for you, like music wise, for like the rest of 2022 that you would like to like announce on the show?
Yeah, so I am planning to release a single in July. This song I wrote with two of my friends at Berklee College of Music and produced it with them um, back in March, and we just finished it up in like a couple weeks ago. And so I'm planning to release it July 15th. It's called Advil in California. And then in September, I'll be releasing a song called Plane Ticket, which I wrote a year ago, and I recorded in the Berklee studios last February. And then I'm also planning, I have another like four songs that are in the works right now, either being mixed or still like working on producing them, basically. So yeah, I'm just working on a lot of music. I'll be in Boston, going to Berklee College of Music again in the fall, continuing studying songwriting and production. Hopefully, gigging as well more with my band.
Well, I have to ask, by the way, like, what do you like about gigging? Like, how, like, when COVID first hit, like, like, what did you miss about gigging? Like, what did you, like, what was the most important part that you missed about gigging?
Um, I didn't really gig that much before COVID, honestly, because I was more working on the musical theater side. Um, so I think I really started gigging. I did one in 2021 was my like big first solo gig. I'd done like open mics and everything before, but that was my real big one, and so COVID was sort of dying down a little by then.
I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to join my show. It has been such an incredible pleasure. Everyone, definitely go support amazing artists. You've been such an incredible pleasure having you on the show. Do you have like any last final thoughts for anyone?
um, just follow me on Instagram for updates, and I'll keep posting music.